From outrageous incidents of betrayal to moments of pure disorderly conduct, we have seen some chaotic courtroom incidents that make up the history of rap we know and love today. Rappers have been on trial for a myriad of reasons, and sometimes these trials spiral out of control into complete mayhem. Keep watching till the end of this video to see the craziest courtroom rap moments. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at the Ice Champ on Instagram now. Suge Knight collapsing in court. After years of violence, Suge Knight found himself in orange jumpers facing a judge who wanted him off the streets for good. Suge, known for his involvement in the hip-hop's growth and co-founding Death Row Records, was on trial for murder charges related to a fatal hit-and-run incident. The incident occurred during the filming of a documentary about the life of rapper Dr. Trey. And after a preliminary investigation, Suge was handcuffed for an offense that would leave a mark on the hip-hop community. Suge's attorney, Matthew Fletcher, believed he could secure bail for his client, but things took a tragic turn when the judge ordered him to be held on $25 million bail. Upon hearing the outrageous amount, Suge collapsed and hit his head on a chair. The weight of his past misdeeds and a lifetime of controversy seemed to bear down upon the former mogul, and Suge was later sentenced to 28 years behind bars. YNW Melly's chaotic trial. South Florida rapper YNW Melly is the latest in the line of rising stars who found themselves on trial for violent crimes. After two of his friends were killed in what was first reported as a drive-by shooting, the case took a turn for the worst when Melly was hit with the double murder of his friends. Melly was accused of killing his friends with help from accomplice Malik Henry. With life imprisonment and the death penalty staring him in the face, Melly has had one of the strangest trials in rap history. From blowing kisses to his victim's mother to giggling with his lawyer, one would think Melly is on trial for an unserious crime. Melly's double murder case will be one for the record books. Tupac appearing in court after getting shot. The 90s were chaotic in all ramifications, and Tupac's iconic appearance at his 1994 trial proved that it was a different era back then. Tupac was on trial for the alleged sexual abuse of a fan in his room at the Parker Meridian Hotel. When police came to investigate the allegation, they found a handgun and filed a weapons charge against the rapper. Days before the hearing, the rapper got into an altercation with 3 gunmen who stole $45,000 in diamond jewelry from the rapper at gunpoint. Tupac wasn't going to let them walk without a fight, but he ended up taking 5 bullets for his efforts. Hours after undergoing surgery for the bullet wounds, Tupac had a close friend check him out, and since it was just a few days to his trial date, he did the unexpected. The heavily sedated rapper ignored advice from his doctors to appear in court in bandages and a bulletproof vest for added protection. 6ix9ine snitches on 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. When it comes to snitches in the music industry, Tekashi 6ix9ine takes the crown as the biggest snitch in the game. He was arrested in November 2018 on charges that included racketeering, illegal firearms possession, and aiding in an attempted murder. He faced up to life in prison and pleaded guilty in January. Stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea, 6ix9ine did something that would change how fans perceive him forever. He took up the stand against his gang members, the 9 Trey, effectively pinning a target on his back. By cooperating with the authorities, 6ix9ine gained a reduced sentence of 24 months in prison, but he condemned himself in the eyes of the fans who couldn't believe a street rapper would stoop so low. Gunna snitches on YSL. YSL's RICO case blindsided music fans worldwide, and how it threatened to drag all its crew members down with their wrongdoings came back to cause them problems. Gunna was among 8 defendants who took a plea deal to save themselves from the racketeering case that threatened to send them to jail for a long time. The Atlanta rapper was sentenced to 5 years with 1 year of time served, and the remainder of his sentence being suspended. Hours after Gunna was released from jail, a video surfaced of the YSL member in court taking his plea deal. In the clip, the Atlanta rapper was asked by a prosecutor to agree with multiple statements as it relates to YSL's alleged racketeering.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
The prosecutor asked.
Yes, ma'am.
He replied. Gunna secured his freedom with those words, but most Thugger fans see it as a giant nail in YSL's coffin. Snoop Dogg gets acquitted. In a high-profile legal battle that captured the world's attention, iconic rapper Snoop Dogg was acquitted of murder charges that would have seen him get locked up for decades. The incident occurred in 1993, when the hip-hop artist was accused of being involved in a fatal shooting. Snoop Dogg maintained his innocence throughout the highly publicized trial, claiming self-defense. The defense presented compelling evidence and witness testimonies that supported Snoop Dogg's assertion. After weeks of deliberation, the jury returned a verdict of not guilty, securing Snoop Dogg's exoneration and allowing him to continue his career. The rapper's iconic reaction after getting acquitted will not be forgotten. Jay-Z's plea deal. Right when Hov's career was kicking off, the future music mogul was declared wanted by the police for the stabbing of Lance Rivera. The incident occurred on December 2nd, 1999, at a listening party for Q-Tip's solo album, Amplified. Most people believe Jay-Z confronted Rivera about leaking his third studio album before the release. But things got ugly, and Rivera was stabbed and sent to the ER. After turning himself in, Jay-Z faced up to 15 years in jail on charges of felony assault in the second degree if found guilty. But the rapper stunned everyone when he uttered the words, "I stabbed Lance Rivera," during the trial that would see him get sentenced to 3 years probation. Young Thug's RICO case. Thug was indicted on various crimes, including murder and attempted murder, robbery, witness intimidation, and drug dealing. During a hearing to suppress evidence from the rapper's 2015 arrest, court technicians were setting up a Zoom feed when something outrageous occurred in court. Out of nowhere, a loud, sexually explicit video popped up on the screen, sending court officials scrambling to cut off the stream. The video was accompanied by the message, "Free Young Thug." We know their heart might have been in the right place, but it didn't help Thug's chances at court, and it was written all over the rapper's face. That's the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks.